You know, I thought for once, just once, we could get through a situation without going mad with the show's direction.
This is just next level retardation here. Not that I blame them though, it was pretty shit.
I'm gonna go try to calm these guys down.
3, 2, 1...
Thanks.
Prepared for this very moment too.
Well, for once I would like to enjoy the ending of MLP, yet the backlash and the sudden twist sure makes it hard. Okay, before anyone's gonna think the worst, let me make this clear that in the end, I actually like the ending that we got. To me, this is exactly how I wanted it. Everything was built up from the very beginning, and for the most part, they deliver exactly what they promised. However, one thing, just one thing that not only didn't work entirely, but broke the fandom in half. What do I mean by that? Well, let's talk about it. Okay, so throughout Season 9, we have the villain team-up arc. Basically, we get all the past villains who are not reformed being called into action by the one and only Grogar. Yes, Grogar, a villain most fans were hoping for ever since Tyrek was introduced back in Season 4 in terms of G1 villains. Now, throughout the season, Grogar made it clear that in order to conquer the whole land of Equestria, they need to team up and learn about cooperation, which the villains did. Except Sombra, he is fucking dead. Now, this is honestly the best storyline MLP has ever done, and the best part is that everything actually advanced the plot along. Ever since Season 3, MLP didn't got lucky with most of their plot lines. Almost all of them have either been forgotten or undercooked. The closest we got for a more refined storyline was Season 8, and that was debatable depending on who you ask because the school was not something many people took face value. I liked it, but that is a video for another time. Really, having the villains team is a perfect way to end the series, and it makes it even greater when the villains realize they can turn the ponies against each other, which is a nod to the Season 2 episode Heartwarming E. Yeah, race relations starting to wane, Twilight having doubted her abilities, and the evil now spreading everywhere. This is everything that a finale to a series should do. There is a catch, unfortunately. To sum it all up, this phrase pops up.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Yep. The one twist that actually broke the fandom so hard, it caused so many fans to shout disappointment and sending the staff, mostly Jim, death threats, which to those people, how about getting off the internet and go out more? Now, I'm usually the first to try to understand why they did this and what are the positives about it. Sadly, when I do, I ended up hating this twist a lot more than I expected. Now let's go over why this twist didn't hit bullseye from what the writers have wanted. There are about 3 things wrong with this twist, and it goes as follows. Number 1. Discord. Okay, so I'm not gonna complain how this is so out of left field, as the show itself made it clear with hints that Grogar was Discord in disguise the whole time. The eyes were a massive giveaway after rewatching all the villain episodes. Really, I don't know how I never noticed this, but to the friend who told me about this, good job, because you uncovered it before anyone else did. Anyways, Discord being the cause of everything that happened in Season 9 was so hard to accept to the point that I have to wonder how idiotic Discord was to begin with. Okay, so let me break this down for you and maybe you can see why I'm kinda pissed about it. So, Discord thought it would be a good idea to get the most baddest villains to team up to take out Twilight and her friends. Queen Chrysalis, Tyrek, and even fucking Cozy, who can easily manipulate ponies on an emotional level, are the best pick for the final battle he has planned for Twilight. With Sombra being the only warm-up to teach Twilight that she can rule on her own. What? Okay, now I know that Discord has his own way of helping others, but tell me this. In what way do you believe that sending all 4 of the biggest bads straight to her would be in any way a good idea exactly? Especially when you're pretending to be Grogar, one of the most powerful villains in history. My point being that he shouldn't be this fucking stupid. In all the show's run, Discord has shown to be a way smarter creature than he was back in Season 2. Yeah, his pride and ego always gets in the way, but after Season 4, he's a lot better at what his current mood is around him. In fact, before season 9, we got the best gift ever where he did the exact thing, only not putting his friends into massive danger. For the big climactic finale, I hate the fact that they have to hit Discord with the idiot stick in order for this to work. What is funny to me is that all three of them can manipulate in some way, so you think that maybe they could have got Discord/Grogar in a different way other than just jumping on him? Which leads to my second point. Number 2, the motivation. Now, the entire point that Discord is trying to do here is making sure Twilight has the confidence to rule Equestria even in a situation like this. Yes, all this was to boost confidence. Ugh, okay, so I need to say this now. This is probably the one time where I just stand up and pause the episode to set myself back and think. This, to me, is one of the worst motivations I have ever heard, to be honest. In fact, it makes the motivation from Celestia's test to Twilight from the Crystal Empire make more sane than this. Hell, at least it wasn't caused by her intentionally. To give reason why making Discord do all this for a test was bullshit, it's more of the fact that he never saw this coming. Now, before we knew Discord as Grogar, the one complaint that I noticed that most fans have pointed out is how Grogar never seems to catch on that the Legion of Doom is planning to betray him. Now, being the fan that I am, I always chalk it up to him knowing but doesn't want to say it because he could be possibly lying to them and he already has his powers by then. But now that we know it's Discord, we get the biggest slap of our faces on why he did it. Are you really gonna tell me that doing all this is going to help her in any way, shape, or form? Causing the end of friendship and into a 1,000-year rule is not something I see Discord letting it slip by. What annoys me the most is that Discord did this situation before. The best gift ever Christmas special, he intentionally let a creature known as the Winter Zelda into the castle. But the difference in that one, he knew Fluttershy would tame it and it wasn't a world-ending threat. There's also the fact that this could have worked. Now, hear me out because I know some of you are going to be confused after all the bitching that I did, so listen up. I believe the motivation should have been changed. Instead of Discord doing all this to boost Twilight's competence to become ruler, instead it should have been Discord trying to reform the villains. Really think about this. Not only would it make Discord not be a total dick, but it would really show how much friendship actually mattered to him. Hell, for a moment I thought it was gonna go that route, as looking back to the best villain episode, Frenemies, shows how powerful friendship is. It would at least make Discord's choices to be more noble. Reckless, but noble instead of this. Look, I know many of you are gonna say that this is totally in character for him to do so, and you're right. I already mentioned the first time he does this, but this wasn't the only time, as you can look all the way back in Season 5 and onward. It's just that Discord wouldn't be this stupid to not know this is gonna happen, especially when he already suffered a backstabbing from the Season 4 finale's villain T-Rex. It's just hard to accept that. However, I think this goes to the last reason, and it's something that goes against the finale a lot, and that is... Number 3, Grogar. Okay, so one of the producers, Big Jim, has stated that they planned this twist since the very beginning, and I'm going to say this now, I don't think they hit bullseye as they hope. I mean, that twist sure got a lot of reactions, and boy, don't you just love it that this is the 4th time the fandom react this badly. But if you ignore those people and actually talk to those who kept a calm head, I think you'll see one thing that keeps coming up, and that is wasted use of a character. Now, I get it. I think the writers went ahead and did this because of 2 reasons. Reason number 1, they can't show off Grogar's potential in 2 parts. Let's be honest guys, Grogar being what is supposed to be the big bad of the entire Equestrian history is not something I see possible in just 44 minutes at the most. If it is true that he's basically a king who ruled with an iron fist long before the royal sisters came in, then I have a hard time believing they will show that off compared to T-Rex, which is only a fraction of that. Yeah, they show him off well in 2 parts, but Grogar's claim and lore details might be impossible to do that. Reason number 2, and this is the big one here, he's an entirely new character and we only barely know him if you think about it. Now, I don't know if this is the minority, but after Season 8 with Cozy Glow, people, including me at times, are getting annoyed that these villains don't have enough backdraft to fully enjoy them as villains. Not to say that Grogar didn't got that, but we only got like 1 major lore reveal, but not much into what makes him a character in a sense other than evil. It's kinda why instead of him, we got the Mean 3 instead, because we follow these guys since their introduction to the series. In all honesty, I think the writers picked the least bad of the options, because if Grogar was real, I'm willing to bet they will get rid of him to give these 3 the spotlight, and I'm kinda glad we avoided that. Still, not having Grogar, I will admit, it kinda stings a bit, and whenever I talk to my friends, it's always in agreement that just throwing Grogar in only to not use it was disappointing. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, wow, guess you really hated the ending and all the hard work they put in. I guess, but however, that doesn't really ignore a lot of things that this finale did good. The stakes are higher, the conflict fixed for the final battle, and not to mention it brings one thing that I just adore in this finale, and that is from the collab me and Epic did a while ago.
Imagine a modern Equestria, like a modern Manhattan full of zebras, ponies, griffins, dragons, changelings, or anything. True harmony, I would think. But let's not overestimate the show either. They do good hints, sure, but we can't expect Legend of Korra or Game of Thrones quality storytelling. I just hope we get some new villains, and end the show before it gets stale. I have a feeling it's getting to that point. Hope not.
Yeah, I hope we see more of the world's races and villains that are out there.
I freaking called it!
How did you... Oh, never mind, but I figured that playing that clip is gonna summon you here anyway.
Damn right it did! Hell, I was just thinking, just imagine. But they did it! Just having these different races in Canterlot, which always had this snooty air and it being a major unicorn-populated place, just proves this. There's always this criticism against the direction of the show. How? That friendship of 7 friends leads to all this? Unity between races? The build-up through several characters in the past few seasons? Yeah, kiss my ass, cause this was great, and my ego is pleased.
In all honesty, if the show is going to end on a very high note or as high of a note as it could get, this is the perfect way to do it. Not to mention that this is the ponies finally pushing away all the fear and stereotyping they have done with the other races to become true friends. Really, this isn't headcanon territory anymore, as now for a fact that Twilight is the only princess to bring all of them together along with her 7 friends and students.
I don't condone threats, but fuck the stupidity of the writers. New villain, haha, that's a good one. I mean, at the time when we made the collab, there was Cozy Glow, but
Well, it's the end of the series, and as I said before, not enough time to give Grogar more of a Fred presence, but there is always season 10 in the comics. But seriously, again, I need to mention this, death threats are dumb, and unless you can express an opinion without threatening someone's life, please get off the internet. I think that should be hammered in a lot more.
dude, you can do a lot of stuff in one season. Plus, you don't even have to flesh him out if you can make him threatening enough and have him do stuff. Though, yeah, I agree, but I can understand it. Haven't been this pissed since Power Rangers Super Mega Force.
Ugh, don't remind me. Alright, as we get to the end of this video, I thought I would say this. In my honest opinion, had the show just ended here on the 2-parter, I would have been a little disappointed. All the problems that the plot twist caused just adds up, and in the end, it didn't really give the finale any leeway to my favorites. In fact, this finale is ranked lower than the others, and that is freaking embarrassing for a final showdown with everything that I wish for. However, faced to the epilogue and the fact that we got a united equestrian nation, I think the closing episode afterwards made up for it. We can agree that having closure is good than having no closure at all, right, Epic?
Hell no, my soul be hurtin'. But it was a great ending. The plot is simple, but everything, the meaning behind it, is what makes it great. All the characters, they changed. The world itself has changed, thanks to the friendship of these heroes. Even if certain people didn't get punished.
I guess as long as you hold friendship dear, you can avoid that. Let's be honest, this is established well back in Season 5 and hammered tight in Season 8. Still, I can't believe the show is over. I still remember jumping into the show right as Season 3 finished airing and the first 2-parter playing on my TV when I was just 20 at the time. In college and watching all the episodes as many times as I want before getting into video editing. Through its good times and bad times, MLP will hold a special place in my heart as the show that brought me a lot of joy and friends throughout the years. Yeah, I know about the issues and the biggest one in the fucking fandom, but despite all that, I never regret being involved in this fandom, and I'm gonna be sticking with it until the end of time.
Yeah, I just stumbled on it. It's just cheered me up through bad times and made me feel like I was a kid again. Showing that Western animation can be good. I quit doing abridging on YouTube and I got into this. I met so many people with my new YouTube channel. I don't know where I'd be if I didn't watch a simple show. My mom and I watch it next to Tokusatsu, The Walking Dead, and Doctor Who, and all sorts of other shows. It's amazing. Worth the friendship and cancer, I think. Well, almost the cancer.
Now, where will both of us go after this? Well, who says we're leaving, as I'm pretty sure we both got lots of videos planned regardless. That and whatever G5 is gonna offer.
This was only a hobby anyway. I'll probably do more MLP, but other stuff too. Let's hope it doesn't suck and cause more autism.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you, writers. You really pull through, and I'm sure this cartoon will be remembered for a long time. You know what I also noticed? Pinkie Pie being a mutter.
Oh yeah, it's very interesting that she's the only member that made 6 to start one. My nigga Pink's got laid!
Kinda wonder who exactly.
Makes sense. Wolf, you okay? Wolf. Wolfie.